Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I wish I was coming to you with happy news for Valentine's Day, but no. By now, you've probably heard that a shooting occurred toward the end of the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade near Union Station in Kansas City, Missouri. And police are saying that even though they don't yet have an accurate number of injured people, they are saying that one person was killed and 10 to 15 people are known to be injured at this time. They say people are still making it to the hospitals, though, so they won't have an accurate number of injured until a later press conference. They say they have 2 suspects in custody for the shooting, and the following video is said to show brave fans taking down one of the suspects as he tried to run from the scene.
But the update we know now, Kansas City Chiefs were celebrating their Super Bowl win at a rally. After the celebrations were over, many thought the gunshots were fireworks. We spoke to a witness who said the sounds were from a gun that fired multiple rounds. She said it looked like a machine gun. Alyssa Marsh Contreras said her dad tackled one of those suspects and he dropped the weapon.
I turned back around and noticed my dad, along with another Good Samaritan, running, jumping, and just tackling the second offender. As they tackled him, the weapon fell out. A cop was able to secure that. After that, I just remember yelling, cops, we need cops over here. Somebody come over here. Not much longer, multiple cops come over, get on top of this guy, make sure he's clear of everything. And then after that, we were just all free to go. In the moment when, my dad and this other guy tackled him, I think, everybody was on the same team there. Everybody was on the same team and just against this person who was trying to, cause harm to everybody else.
We've seen multiple angles of that tackle, by the way, and her story checks out.
If these fans in fact did take down one of the shooters, then thank God for their courage and bravery. They may have saved a lot of lives. Here's the initial briefing police held to give the details they know so far, and I'll be praying for all the victims of this horrible tragedy. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.
Chief Stacy Graves, Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. At the conclusion of the Chiefs rally today, there were shots fired on the west side of Union Station. Immediately, officers responded to the area, took 2 people into custody, and also immediately rendered life-sustaining aid to those victims. We're still gathering information on the number and the status of victims, but like I said, we know that one of the victims is deceased. We also know that officers ran towards danger. Officers were there to keep everyone safe. I'm angry at what happened today. The people who came to this celebration should expect a safe environment. We had over 800 law enforcement officers, Kansas City and other agencies, at the location to keep everyone safe. Because of bad actors, which were very few, this tragedy occurred, even in the presence of uniformed law enforcement officers who again ran towards them and took them into custody. To the people who were injured in this tragedy, our hearts go out to you and your families. This investigation is just beginning, and we are working safely to clear all surrounding areas and businesses. This is still an active investigation. We will continue to keep you updated. We will keep you updated on Twitter and most likely a follow-up press availability. Do you have anything? No. One of our victims has been declared deceased. Right now, we have up to 10 to 15 injured by... Yes. Right now, we do not have an exact number of people who were victims of a gunshot wound. It could be upwards from 10 to 15 with one deceased.
Do you know how many are in critical condition at this point?
I do not have conditions on our victims just yet.
Any believed to be children?
I do not believe that any of them were children.
Any law enforcement injured in this? First responders?
Nothing of note.
Chief, what prompted? What do you guys believe now prompted the shooting?
We are still, that is still under investigation. I myself was outside when I heard the shots fired. It is an ongoing investigation. It's going to take us a little bit to determine exactly what led up to the shooting. I will say, though, we do have 2 suspects in custody.
There are rumors circulating on social media that some fans may have helped contain one of those.
I have heard that as well. I have heard that fans got involved in the apprehension or the pursuit of one of the suspects. I cannot confirm that right now, but that is something that I have heard myself. Yes?
What's the response time? Because you say 10 to 15 hostages injured in the shooting, but there was 800 officers there. This happened pretty quickly. So can you talk about when this started, sort of a timeline from there to the point where your officers responded to the point where you had KCFD helping to...
Absolutely.
Your first aid?
As soon as the rally concluded, there were shots fired on the west side of Union Station. Officers were on scene in the area. I know one of the suspects was immediately pursued on foot. Like I said, there's 2 suspects in custody. I have heard the information that was just requested. I will confirm or deny that. But after that, immediately officers began rendering life-sustaining aid, calling in fire, which is the fire department, to also assist those victims.
Do you know if there were more than 2 people taken into custody? Because we had 2 people, after you guys had made your announcement, there were 2 people in custody, 2 people live on our air being taken, handcuffed, put into vans. So can you talk about that and the process as this investigation continues?
I don't know exactly the 2 that you're talking about that your camera caught on video being loaded into a wagon. I don't know that, but I can tell you that in and around that scene, it is still active. Not active in necessarily threats, but it's a very active scene. We're still investigating. This is still early on. We still have parties that are walking into hospitals.
Do you know anything about the suspects in terms of where they're from? Are they from?
I do not know that, but that's something that I also will be finding out.
2 questions. We are hearing upwards of maybe 20 shots. Can you talk about the number that you heard?
I'm hearing 10 to 15, possibly 15, with the one that is deceased.
And do you know anything about the timing? It seems odd that it's waited to the very end of the rally.
I don't have anything about, I can't give you an answer on the timing. I can just say that that's when it occurred, and we are investigating what led up to that. Maybe once we get some of those details, we'll know why that happened at that time, but right now it's still too new.